Don't normally do an intro, going to do a real quick one, just let you know what to expect and not try to gouge you into watching something and not getting what you hope for. I'm going to do a 3-video series on an 025, which is same as an MS250, 210, 230, same as an 021, 023, 025. What I look for when I'm doing this saw for another person. Actually, it's not this saw, it's just here for a prop right now, because like I say, I'm shooting this afterwards. I don't like doing something and not delivering. The video's already shot, gotta get it edited. I'm going to show you what I look for when I'm getting ready to do a customer saw, or even a saw for myself, depends on what it's going to be. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to do a mild build on this. Anybody with just minor tools, Dremel tool, probably could do it with a cordless drill, can do. And we're going to put her on dyno and see what we gained. Just pop up a dyno sheet right quick, stock versus modified. We went from 2.99 horse to a little over 3.5 horse. So we got a pretty big gain with very little work, So guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Sorry for the intro, I normally don't do that. Well, sunshine, welcome back everybody. Appreciate you being here. What we're doing today is we tore down the MS250. It's actually a Stihl 025, same type of rig. I got it sent through the pressure cooker once. It's starting to tender up a little bit. We're gonna time it out, see what we got for timing today, put it back together, hopefully get a test run, dyno run on it. But I wanted to show you how I time these little clamshell motors, or especially like Stihl 025. So let me show you this setup. Okay guys, I want to give you how I time these, or how I set it up. First thing, I just put 2 bolts in here, and I just got me a little piece of scrap metal with a hole, and I'll catch that just in one of these bolts, and that's just to hold this where I can clamp this down to the bench, and it's hands free, right? Now it looks like a heck of a conglomeration, and it is. I'll take me a tri-square or combination square, and I'll just vice grip it to that fin right there, just wherever I need it, in or out. And of course my stop just moved, but I can look right down this side and it gives me basically a straight plane. I got a stop in there, but I just clamp me a tri-square on there, and I can, like I say, I can move this in and out. And it was zeroed a minute ago, and it probably still is zeroed, but my cylinder stop moved on me. 57. Yeah, I bumped it just a little bit. There's 58. We better move her back to 57.5, and that ain't much. 57.5 both ways. So guys, that's how I set up my timing wheel. Let's get timing it and see what it is. And everybody knows, well, maybe not everybody knows. Welcome to all the new people that don't know. Anyhow, we've got this zeroed up, and I check. Everybody does red light. I don't personally do that because it's too arbitrary. Some days I can see good, some days I can't. I try to keep my blood sugar under control, and depends on how much lighting and everything else. What I do is I use a piece of 035 MIG wire, and I got it rounded plumb off on the end. It won't scratch nothing. Probably can't even dig earwax out your ear with it. But I stick that in there, so my timing numbers are going to be a little bit different than somebody that goes first ray of light, because I've got 35 thousandths opening, and there's some downsides to it. I got to wiggle it back and forth on like a rounded deal. But anyhow, so I'm showing with 035 wire, I'm showing exactly 100 on the exhaust. This probably won't right. Exhaust is 100. And I don't even have to get in anybody's way. I don't even care. Let's run this up to top dead center, give or take. Okay. We are showing 77 before top dead center. Nope, just got her a little higher. 79 before top dead center from where I'm looking at, guys. You may be a little bit different. 79 before top dead center, and 79 after. We're zeroed up pretty good. We're centered up. So 79 to 79. What's that? 2 off of 160, 158. Another reason I like doing MIG wire, and I'll have to get in you guys' way, I can feel right in there. Get this thing down there where I can get her in there. I can stick this right in that transfer, and there we go. We're at 90, 110, 121, 120 and a half, 121. 120. 120 on transfers on that side, 121. Close enough for government work. And 120 on the other side. Guys, that's why I like using MIG wire. So $1.20 on the X-furs. So we're at 100, 158, and 120. That's 20 degrees of blowdown. If we want to talk about blowdown, I kind of don't. I think about blowdown, but then again, I think about it in a couple different ways too, of case compression and one thing and another. Let me get there's the caliper I was looking for. We got about 3 of them in there, 2 sterrets and probably a monkey ward or something. Hell, I don't know. Trying to remember what this solder here is. It's not very thick. Well, it'd help if I was on a piece that wasn't already mashed, wouldn't it? You guys have to bear with me. I'm about 40 thousandths MIG wire. I'll bet we don't touch it. I'll bet we don't touch it. That's why I got the other roll out. I may need yeah, we ain't even touching it. I don't remember what this welding wire was. It's pretty thick. It ought to touch it. It's 85 thousandths. I bet we'll touch that one. I hope we touch that one. We're at about 45 thousandths squish, right out along the edge. And I don't know if you guys can see that or not. We're at about 45 thousandths squish, right out along the edge. Come in, 200 thousandths, quarter inch. We're up to 70 thousandths. So we don't have a real tight squish on that, but I'm not going to adjust it, guys. I'm not going to worry about it. We're not going to make a real hot saw. Well, hello, dear. Let me shut this off. Well, we got the saw pulled the rest of the way down, started cleaning it up tonight. We're starting on the plastic. It didn't look too bad. Some of that cleaned up. Went to the case last. Remember, the exhaust bolts was broke. Motor mounts melted, which isn't a terrible deal, but it ain't good either. I got those. The biggest thing is that's probably why I couldn't get that. I was thinking you could get that exhaust bolt out the side. Well, that exhaust was run so long that it's just melted this case in here. It is terrible. But it's tolerable. I don't think structurally it'll hurt anything. You wouldn't think. But I checked chain brake, and the chain brake won't work, and it's missing she's melted inside where it melted plumb through, and it's melted where the chain brake went. Where's that flag at? Oh, you guys seen it right there. Why didn't you say something? It's melted the flag on the chain brake. It's pretty bad shape. It would still be tolerable. Like I say though, the pivot, the other end of this spring right here, and I might be able to work something up, and I might not. I don't know. I'm gonna have to see if I can get it to working. I'm gonna call customer, and if you're seeing this, I got a text into the customer, and I guess I'm just making a video just in case. One of a few things will happen. He'll either say it ain't worth fixing and throw it in the trash, which I will probably still fix it up. I got a guy I like doing favors for, and he'd take the saw without a chain brake. Yeah, before he goes screaming and squalling and hollering at me. He's running McCulloughs right now that ain't got chain brakes on them. He's used to it. That's what he runs. And I give him a nice little topping saw, or a lemon saw. He also runs a little MS210, so you know that guy's tougher than woodpecker lips. Got the patience of Job if he can run one of them. So guys, if you're seeing this, we're probably going to go ahead and go on building it. But I just thought I'd catch you up on this while it was in my mind. Okay, everybody, we got the Stihl MS250 put back together, stock. I had to take it apart to fix the exhaust. You guys have seen the cases melted, top covers melted. It don't fit in that mount right anymore, but he wants it fixed, or he wants it running. Chain brake, that's another issue. So we're gonna do a test cut though. The engine is what the engine is. So we're gonna do a test cut and get us the base times. Okay, well, I don't know, not run one of them stock before, don't know how good that is. We'll run in there, switch the sprocket out, and so I can put it on the dyno. We'll see what kind of numbers we get out of it. Kevin's 025 dyno run stock. Okay, we got the stock run done on this Kevin stock Stihl MS250, no mods whatsoever. I tuned it on the dyno. It does have adjustable high and low carb on it, so I tuned that for maximum power in the cut. So we wound up at 2.99 horsepower at 10,226 RPMs and 1.9 foot-pounds of torque at 7,007 RPMs. Now that's real close. They advertise, what advertisement I seen was 3 horse, and of course they didn't give an RPM, but they advertised that saw as up to 3 horse. So we're right in there. We're hanging right in there with what they claim. So let's go on to the next steps here and see what we gain. Okay, we got us a baseline dyno run. It's probably been 10 minutes since I've done a dyno run, and I've already basically got the saw tore apart again already. There ain't much to these guys. Just pay attention to what you're doing. If it's, well, I say there ain't much to it. Huh. There we go. Had to open my mouth just right. There ain't much to them, guys. So jump right in them. They're pretty easy to figure out. And the reason I got gloves on, the daggum thing's still hot. So what we're gonna do now, not this video, it'll be the next video, I expect. I expect this in here is getting enough in it to make a video. But you can see some of the things, what we're gonna do. And I like porting a saw that's already been run. There's some things you can just naturally see that make it a little easier, especially on something with some regular transfers and stuff like that. Hopefully you guys can see this, but you can see the outline of where this hole here, you can basically see the outline of where the air is hitting those lips. So we're gonna have to get rid of, we'll have to get rid of those lips in there. There's not too much to do on this as far as timing goes, guys. Yeah, well, it's been a couple days for me. We just did timing earlier in this video. But something I failed to show you. Yeah, well, good. We put that together with Liable blue. I'll probably put it, because I knew it's coming right back apart, I'll put it back together with Moto Seal on these. I've not tried Liable blue on any of these clamshells. If anybody else has, let me know. It's still hot. I bet that thing's 150 degrees. But there's some other things you can see here too. You can see some, you can see where that air, I wouldn't call it eroding it, but basically it's eroding it. You can see the path of that air hitting them transfers, and you can see the places where it's hitting here hard. We'll end up relieving these. I'll show you guys next time, it'll be on the next video, how I poured them. We're not going wild on this for a couple reasons. Like you guys seen how this saw was taken care of or not taken care of. There's no sense in making a hot saw out of this. They wanted it to run a little better, so that's what we're going to do. We'll do a little bit of a muffler mod, nothing too big, just get some heat out of it. And the exhaust port's as high as I want it to be. The intake's as low as I want it to be. And when you can see the top ring on the exhaust, you're about 20 thousandths from seeing bottom of the piston. She's awful close to free porting right now, so we're not even going to mess. We're not going to mess with that too much. Now we will probably roughen up that intake a little bit. We might smooth out the exhaust a little bit, but I'm not going to get too wild with it. I'm going to spend my time down here in the transfers and just see basically what we can get out of it in the transfers, and a little bit of a muffler mod. This muffler comes apart. It's not even crimped together. It's the old style, and it's got a fairly decent, it could be a little bit bigger, but it's got a fairly decent hole there. And this cover over it, I think what we're going to probably end up doing is make that a little bit bigger and open up this cover a little bit more, because we're not going for wild and wide, but we're just going to open those fins up a little bit, quick and dirty, and just see basically, we're not even going to hardly use, we're not going to use most of the skills we've tried to get. We're just going to quick and dirty this, see what we can get out of her easy, and put her back on dyno and put her back in the wood. So guys, appreciate it. Yeah, appreciate you guys being here. If you guys ever try this Liable blue on a clamshell, let me know. I'm kind of curious. Or anything else you guys have on these. Any secrets and tips you guys know. Or if I give you a secret or a tip, I'm happy to help. Guys, appreciate it. See you on the next one.